Hello everybody, shit, fucking play button. Is my microphone on? Yeah. Hello everybody, PsyStarcraft here with a Heart of the Swarm replay commentary. It is Tuesday. It's pretty late. I apologize for the late upload. I just got a late start on my ladder games. I say that as if I like have long streams of ladder games instead of just playing one or two a day. But you guys can ignore that part. My opponent is going to be SwagSurgeon from NRG. He's in the top left rather. He is the blue Protoss. I'm in the top right. I'm the red Zerg. He is a Grandmaster. I will show you his record at the end of this recording. He's like 120-ish in Grandmaster with a winning record, slightly winning record. He's played like 350 games this season. I don't know how you play this game so much, but this guy is doing it. He's got like 350 more games played than I do this season. Probably like thousands more games played than me in our entire career. But the map is Whirlwind. ZvP, probably one of my favorite matchups. Skytoss is really freaking hard to beat, and so I like to do crazy shenanigans. You guys are familiar with my Swarm Host push, Roach Burrow timings. I actually tried a Roach Burrow timing on Root Big Hunk or some shit like that, and it failed horribly. Now, the reason I don't show losses isn't because I'm like trying to fool everyone into thinking I'm an amazing player and I win all the time, even though that's mostly the case. It's just because a lot of my losses aren't very fantastic. They're just like completely botched build orders or failed all-ins and stuff like that. And when I pull off successful builds and win with them, it's a lot more entertaining than, you know, messing up the build and losing with it. You guys would basically just be wasting your time, and I don't want to do that. Why would I ever want to waste your guys' time? Basically, if you're not watching my videos, you're wasting your time, so don't do anything. No masturbating, no sexual intercourse, no fellatio from your parents or anything like that. Just watch Psy videos, and that's a pretty fast second gas, isn't it? You're not supposed to get your second gas before your core, are you? I don't know. I don't know Protoss builds. I just know what I like to do, and then if they get units that kill my units, then I rage out and leave and never GG, because that's just what I do. There were some GL have-funs in this game. I'm familiar with NRG. They're a pretty old clan team. I'm not sure if they actually play in a lot of tournaments or if it's just like a renowned group of friends or something like that. Who knows? But I can't say one thing. This NRG lets me 15 hatch, and I love it in my pants, in my pantaloons. Cybernetics core is almost complete. This is pretty much a standard opener for Protoss. No more Forged Facet Sand, just because the Mothership core allows you to, you know, get map control, kill off any lings who try to be aggressive, stuff like that. Excuse me. So he's going to be getting the Nexus a little bit later, just so he can get his Mothership core out, as you can see here, and Warp Gate's on the way as well. And myself, I'm just continuing to macro up as usual. 4 lings on the way. I'm thinking about cutting it down to 2 lings, but the thing I like about 4 lings is sometimes you can even pick off a Zealot or a Sentry or a Stalker or something like that if you trap it well. So I go with the 4 lings. 2 just doesn't seem like enough. 4 is kind of that number you really want to get fancy in their pants, so that's happening. 2 queens are out. Going to be starting my macro queen as soon as you can. You're going to be short once your natural queen pops, but get ready. And you're going to want to get your 4th overlord, I believe it's 4, right? 5th overlord, at around 33 or 34 supply out of 36. You should not be supply capping yourself this early. It's unacceptable. You should not be missing your injects this early. That is also unacceptable. And this is what I mean by the map control that his Mothership gives him, Mothership core, and the defense against these early lings. Like, I could have gone in there and sniped the sentry, if not for the Mothership core. Sentry's very weak. Don't do a lot of damage. Mothership core, however, a little bit more, but, you know, he can always just run with the sentries and kill everything with the Mothership core. So, how many times can I say MS core the entire game? The queen has popped her cherry. Am I recording? I hope I'm recording. Yeah, it says I'm recording, so I'll just go with that. Queen has popped. Going to be laying out some creep. And, oh, what's Psy doing? He's going a lair. This is the Psy patented Swarm Host build, but it's no regular Swarm Host build. This game is about to get insane, you guys. These overlords are positioned here and here, not because I need to watch the minerals necessarily, but because they're kind of popular proxy locations. Put a pylon here, or like a pylon up here, or behind the minerals. So I don't want them to proxy me, and I want to be ready for any kind of 2-base timings. So lair's on the way. A couple seconds after a lair starts, I start both my gases. I'm going to be using 3 gas. I think that's the number I found that works best for Swarm Host pushes. 2 more lings on the way, just to try to increase the count to scare him a little bit. We can see a Stargate on the way. Converting all these into warp gates. Might see some... actually, I don't think we'll see sentries out of these because he really wants to invest a lot into the Stargate to get a lot of Phoenix, so probably not going to see any sentries. I am up on the Harvester count, as Zerg should be. He sent by one hallucinated Phoenix, and so I was like, okay, cool, he's not going air. This build works pretty well against air. But now we're seeing a second Stargate. I cannot speak today. I'm sorry, my voice is... kind of lost my voice yesterday. At the gym, I was broing it up and just grunting like crazy. Oh, we've got a Proxy Overlord. This is another reason for that Overlord. And that Creep Tumor Queen that popped out earlier, she ran all the way up here to this nice little location. Infestation pit's almost complete. Going to be popping out Swarm Host very soon here. And I do see that he has that Phoenix. That Phoenix actually killed that Overlord. You can see he has 1 kill. And so I'm popping up 2 spores before anything else. Now the problem with this little Proxy build is it consumes a lot of your minerals and makes it very difficult to pump out Swarm Hosts as soon as you want to. You can see I'm only able to get 2 Swarm Hosts, and I have lots of excess gas, so possibly this is a lesson for me to get my gas just a tid later after I get my lair, because you can see my minerals and gas are lopsided, especially when I want a lot more minerals than gas so I can fund my Swarm Hosts. Still not even getting the Enduring Locust upgrade. And the Lings are another mineral sink. Maybe that's why my minerals are so low. Didn't need this many Lings, especially when I saw Phoenix. He's not going to really have a large ground force present. And here come the Void Rays. He knows he needs to attack ground somehow. Can't let me just sit here all day and get a proxy on him. And a very intelligent play by Mr. SwagSurgeon. He's going to be cutting off the reinforcements with his Phoenix. Oh, he sees one. Nope, he sees another. He doubles back for that one. Able to pick off the Swarm Host. And this is going to be really tricky for me to take down. I realize I cannot get my Swarm Host to my proxy location. It's just not possible. So I start producing queens. I didn't really know any other way to oh, he barely gets that Swarm Host up. I didn't really know any other way to react to this. Air is just really good against my build, this build. And he, as you can see already, he's picked off 2 Swarm Hosts. He's kind of neglecting these Phoenix though. 1 queen now popping out. Looks like he's trying to micro his Void Rays against these Locusts. Only managing to get 1 Swarm Host into position. And sniping off some Overlords, supply capping me for a little bit. My Harvesters are fine, 18 and 17, but of course 2 base on 2 base isn't great. You really want to do some damage as Zerg like that, and these spores are going to be moving up to protect these spines. Are they going to get shot down? No, these Void Rays are going to pull back for now. 2 more queens on the way, so I actually have a total of 5 queens now, and I'm just going to continue producing queens. I really want to spread creep to enable my Swarm Host to get to the proxy location faster, and to reinforce with my queens. Probably could use a couple of spores too. Only 2 spores and Void Rays, man. With that prismatic alignment, they are so scary. And it looks like he's content to start ignoring these rallying Swarm Hosts after seeing maybe my queens or something. And he's just going to try to go full on. What the hell, Cream Puffs? You're inappropriate. It's going to go full on for this fortification. This queen needs to survive. She has a lot of energy. That's 3 transfusions. 375 life. She's essentially worth a Spore Crawler right now. Oh boy. And we are seeing a 3rd gateway or Stargate and a Fleet Bacon. We're seeing some Tempest. Tempest outrange every unit in the game. Got to get some massive transfuses going on these queens. These attack as well. Oh my god, those terror apart those Spore Crawlers. Barely even got through that Void Ray shields. But a lot of queens here. His alignment isn't back up, or it actually just gave up. So he can't move in until that comes back up. So 35 seconds. I didn't realize that was such a long cooldown. I guess this build could possibly work against Void Rays because it gives me lots of time to get out queens. We can see we've got 6 queens, 3 more spores on the way. Where are those drones at? There they are. Still good saturation at my main and natural. Make sure to replace whatever drones you make into spores. And 2 more queens on the way. Still 2 base to 2 base though. These Locusts need to do some damage. Oh, and he's losing track of these Void Rays. Losing 1 Void Ray. 3 Tempests out on the field though. He cannot fund a lot of Tempests just on 2 base. And finally getting that critical number of Locusts to really go in there and do some damage. 1 sentry going down. This pylon about to go down. And you got to be careful. Oh boy, here we have a battle. The Spore nicely positioned. Just able to burrow in time. Tons of transfusions energy. You can see not a lot of queens dying. 1 transfuse hitting just before that Tempest Blast, and their range is just so damn long. Oh no, losing 1 queen. Will I lose another queen? No, not quite. They are able to run, and it's really helpful to micro these Locusts. You don't want the Locusts to bottle up and attack the cannons. You want to kill the gateways to clear room for additional Locusts. You can see on the production tab, we're both just struggling to get as many units as we can. He's even taking a 3rd risky maneuver since he might need that mineral lose minerals. Losing a creep tumor right there. What's my queen count sitting at? 10 queens, so 2 of those are going to be at the base. More locusts coming in, just trying to warp in zealots, trying to stall off these locusts as much as he can, but not doing a whole lot. These void rays once again out of position. These queens just doing so much damage, but the Tempest at the same time. What is their damage? 30 damage. Thing, 30 damage, right? Air to ground, yes. 30 damage. Oh, they don't do bonus to massive ground. I didn't know that. But that's just a lot of Tempest, man. I don't know what I can do against this. Production tap, we are seeing Aspire as well as my gas, neglecting these queens, all the queens going down, but the locusts at least are doing something, and he doesn't have any detection right now. He doesn't have a robotics facility. He's way too focused on the air, on picking off those queens before actually getting detection for the swarm hosts. And he's actually losing a lot of void rays as well, so he's going to kill these spores, he's going to kill the spines, but these locusts doing a tremendous amount of damage, killing off the cannon, depowering 2 of the Stargates. Are they going to be able to finish the Nexus? Not quite. One more wave should do it, and here comes that wave. All the spores going down except for 1 on the right side, but still only seeing 2 bases for me. We can see I'm not spending my money, and that's on purpose. I'm not spending it because I want to save money. Oh, and a Ling run by. Those Lings early on are paying off. Need to run into the mineral line though. He's actually very undersaturated, transferring a lot of them to his third. We are seeing these locusts continuing to rally in. And as I was saying before, the reason I'm not spending is because I want to use those resources on these Corruptors. 5 Corruptors on the way. They do a great job against Tempest. While they aren't good against, that critical mass Protoss air army, they actually do great against Tempest in, medium to low numbers. As you can see here, 7 Corruptors against 6 Tempests. I still am fairly outnumbered. If we check out the economy, it's 54 to 26. He's losing all of his air infrastructure. And little do I know, he actually has a base here. I even thought about scouting it several times throughout the game, but I was like, no, there's no way he got a third that early, and there's no way he would take a third after all that's going on here. So we do see this Oracle trying to give him some vision of my Swarm Host, but that's going to drop so fast. Need to keep the Swarm Hosts alive. They're the only ground damage I really have besides these Queens, but I want to keep the Queens for air. Oh, transfuse! Oh no, the Corruptor didn't get transfused twice in time, but they are going to pick off 1 Tempest. The Tempests are much slower than the Corruptors, but not slower than the Queen, so we are seeing these Tempests just scoot away past the creep, and man, just imagine if I sent like 5 to 10 Lings to this base, how effective that would be. He's now replacing his Stargates, going for a Nexus, and he's pretty much committed to air at this point. He's just got so many units already. He wants to get just mass Void Rays, mass Tempest, and my whole goal is, first off, to get this base up and running. You can see it's almost fully saturated. My main's just about mined out, I think. Yeah, there it is. And what was I going to say? I don't even remember. Only 2 out of 3 workers there, though. But I've got a good little advantage on him. I've got a Harvester count lead. He lost all of his workers at his main that he's not even replacing. He's only building 1 probe just by having 2 Nexuses. There we go. There's the second one. And he's now replacing his natural. So I've got the economy advantage. And we can see here, starting to push him back once again. Oh, the Mothership Core cannot attack air. She can slow down my Queens, however, and these Corruptors just doing so much damage. Not enough Void Rays. Void Rays much better against Corruptors than Tempest are, and of course I can always just transfuse the Corruptors. Queens, definitely the best against units with high health and high armor, because it gives you a long window to transfuse before the unit actually dies, so it's an unusual combination. You don't see it very often, Corruptors and Queens, but it seems to be working so far. The only difficulty is I can't really chase his army despite my Corruptors being faster because my Queens can't keep up without creep. But as I say that, expanding the creep once more, still only 2 Harvesters on there, got a Macro Queen for that third. Now going for upgrades for my Queens and for any potential switches I decide to do. The Locust upgrades as well, so that's good. Taking down 1 Void Ray, 15 Corruptors, just massive transfusions, just spamming TTT on that 1 Corruptor because that's the one being focus fired. The Tempest shooting the one in the back, but the Tempest just don't do enough damage. Finally running out of transfusions, but every single Protoss air unit is dead by then. Holy shit, I did not stop talking that game. That was intense. Almost had +1 flyer attacks for air, but damn, that was an insane game. I gotta say, man, whew, I need to breathe. So first of all, him not scouting that proxy wasn't good. I did deliberately avoid his hallucinated Phoenix with my Queen, so, I mean, you can't really expect him to scout it all the time. Second of all, he should have positioned his Phoenix here a lot longer than he did to stop my Swarm Host from rallying. He just let them rally after I had like 2 extra Queens, when if he just kept making Phoenix, he could have picked off the Queens. I think he just let me stabilized right here. And Tempest on 2 base just wasn't enough compared to the Corruptors. I just had way too much cost efficiency in my army. But that was really fun. He was a Grandmaster, as I said before. I'll go ahead and show you his record, but hope you guys enjoyed watching that. My Swarm Host push turned into quite the wild game. Yes, I cast that from a replay, as you can see. Match history. You guys are going to see like how seldom I play and how much I play custom games. So Mr. SwagSurgeon is a Grandmaster 3, 187 and 173, ranked 107. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As always, think, who the fuck is that guy?